Matt, you're back. We've missed you. If you guys didn't know, Matt was down with COVID for about a week. So unfortunately, we didn't have an episode, I guess it'd be 2 weeks now. So, well, welcome back. Today was the official launch of our sports marketing for the season. So we just partnered with the Big 12. We're partnered with SMU, the American Athletic Conference. They've all done their press releases this week. So this is really exciting because I think one, it's very different. I don't think any gray market dealer is doing it, but I think it's getting our brand out to a much wider audience. Look, there are many channels out there that have different specialties. Timepiece Trading in Miami, TPT, they focus on the RMs, they higher end watches. Luxury Bazaar, they like to focus on more rare, unique watches. Our bread and butter is gonna be that $10,000 to $30,000 watch. I think with sports marketing, being on a much bigger platform, being connected to these different alumni associations, being able to go on site, talk to clients and alumni, I think it's gonna be a very big opportunity, just more exposure. So that's really, holy crap, that's really exciting. Let's see what everyone's up to today. If you guys don't know, my office is actually outside of this building, so I had to take a journey to get here. Over the weekend, we made a bullpen here. Let's see, this is the new concept. We changed this all up. It was Marco's idea. We're gonna do a bullpen. That way, information just flies back and forth amongst the sales reps.
It's easy for me to yell at everybody.
And he's got oversight of everything. And it's strategic.
Sell.
Pow, pow, pow. It's strategic too because Alfred and Vic are on the end. And so our two newer sales associates, instead of just taking a call and running out and trying to take the call privately, they're now stuck here so we can hear the phone call, help them improve. They either have Marco on one side or Vic and Alfred on the other. So I think this is going to be a much better fit. You're thinking really long and hard about that Coca-Cola.
Because I've been drinking no sugar.
Don't drink it.
Don't do it. You'll be
Well, you
right
tell
back
me not
into
to
it.
drink it. Now I just want to
It's
drink
no
it.
good for you. God, it's delicious though, isn't it?
I know,
It
it
is very
tastes
good.
great. So yeah, this is our new setup here. Did you show them the client room yet?
You know what? I didn't do a tour.
Well, let's not show it because it's still under renovation. We're gonna get some more art from Dan Chappell. Well, we'll have to do a video once we get everything redone. We're gonna repaint this room, repaint all of the showrooms, the client room, Trent's office, and get some more art in from Dan. Hopefully he's making us some custom art. We're by no means sponsored by Dan. So you guys really give him a follow. We'll insert his Instagram handle and his QR code. I like working with people who are really passionate about what they do. If there's a chance for us to display it, help us by filling up our walls and helping artists, I think that's great. All right, so like I said, I don't have a spot in the office. I wanted to make sure that the team was very cohesive. So the operations room, it's 4 individuals. All their desks are facing each other, kind of like a bullpen. They call it the pit, which that makes it sound so bad when you come to work and you're working in the pit. But they're all kind of in one room together, and then the sales folks are all in one room, which unfortunately didn't leave me any room. So I'm all the way over here, this lonely road. I'm with our marketing guys really back here with the photography, our website guys. This lovely desk right here is my desk. Okay, this is a nice $45 table from Amazon. I keep it simple, just throw me anywhere. I think you guys have seen this before. It's where the photography is shot. We're putting a little bit more resources to the main area just because that's where clients are. You know, in this type of economy, you wanna maximize the space, make it look super nice, but you don't wanna go above and beyond and, you know, blow your budget or whatever the case may be. So we inherited this space from the prior contract that was signed, and therefore we're just gonna maximize what we got. I'm excited. I like the direction this company's going. I like how things are starting to look. So we'll give you guys updates as more things are done with our office.
I got a guy interested in the Tiffany Co. Hey, it's Marco at the Tiffany Co. Prez.
What's going on, Marco? How are you, brother?
Good, how are you? Just wanted to talk to you about this watch.
From the photos, it looks like in decent shape. What's your take on it? You're a vintage expert.
My take is it's a clean watch, no issues at all. It's a nice overall condition. It's been lightly polished in the past. Band is very strong, dial is mint. It is the correct dial to case. Everything is period correct, movement, case numbers, bracelet numbers, etc. all match up. It's good to go. There's no boxer papers with it, unfortunately, but you know, other than that, it's priced accordingly.
What are you asking, brother?
$23,500.
Are you open to trades too?
Yeah, what do you got?
I bought a bluesy, a new reference bluesy, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, and I've worn it maybe 2 or 3 times, and it's not my style.
It's a solid gold or a two-tone?
It's two-tone.
Oh, it's two-tone, okay. Typically right now on trade, you're looking around like 16 on trade for a new one.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you could consign that watch with us. We'd sell it and then convert that into a trade. And once it sells, that way you can get the most out of it.
I don't want to give up that Prez though. So I mean, take a deposit until that signing's done, or what?
Yeah, I mean, how could we do that? Let me think of something creative to hold the watch for you. I mean, I'm sure like that watch is gonna sell quick. A two-tone bluesy, it's brand new, right?
Yeah, it's brand new, but I have worn it a couple times.
I'd love to sell that watch for 19, ideally, minus our consignment fee, 8%. So that nets you 17.5. Okay. So then at 23.5, we're basically $6,000 apart. So as long as you're okay with those terms, then yeah, I would get to work on this for you.
Let me ponder on that. I'll send you a message. I'll make a decision today, though. It's just not to waste your time.
No, you're good, man. Listen, the watch will be here.
Appreciate your time, Marco. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, you too, man. Take it easy. He's got a 2022 two-tone sub that he's looking to trade for this watch. We're at a $6,000 difference. However, if he does take it, we have to ship this watch as close to the border as possible, where he'll have to drive in, pick it up, and go home. That's pretty typical of most Canadian buyers that we deal with that live close to the border, that don't have to, hike quite the distance to get to the United States. Guys, if you're in Canada and you live close to the border and you want to work on something with me, please reach out. We can help you with that situation. Just for fun, I'm holding both Tiffany's that we have in-house. This is my personal 16750 Tiffany Co. I'm sure you guys have seen this watch throughout, but if you haven't, it's a very, very special Tiffany Co watch that I've owned for roughly 3 years now. And this watch particularly is extremely rare because it's a matte dial Tiffany on a very rare reference number. So most of the time when you guys see a Tiffany GMT, it's very more than likely going to be a 1675, because that was, I hate to use this word common, because the whole situation with Tiffany & Co's aren't necessarily common. Among Tiffany & Co's, the 16755 is the more common variant, with the 16750 gloss styles. The later variations are also common. I really hate saying this word. You have a very, very, very small window of 16750s that were matte, which is the reference itself with the matte dial is already rare as it is, because it's only made for a few years. And then to have one with a Tiffany & Co stamp just makes it that much more exciting to own. That's my personal watch. Onto this watch, this is kind of the same situation. It's a single quick president with the Tiffany & Co stamp. They're more common among the Tiffany world, as you'll see a lot more Tiffany & Co Datejust and day dates floating around versus the sport models, because at this time a lot of collectors are really holding on to them, including myself. I'm not selling this watch. This one, however, is for sale. So if he doesn't take it, it will be available. 23.5 is what we're asking for it. I think that's very, very fair. For 17.5 to 18, which is the market for a really nice single quick, you really add $5,000-$6,000 on top of that price point and you get a Tiffany stamp, which to me is, if you hold on to that watch, you're gonna get far more value long term than you are just owning a normal single quick president. So that's my opinion on that situation. I'll stick to it. Follow me along on the next deal.
So I don't know if Jimmy spoke to you guys about this yet, but today the Big 12 posted about us being the official luxury watch dealers of the Big 12. That's pretty cool. So we do the Big 12 and the AAC. I can't wait to go to all these championship games. Do you guys see this?
Yeah, I'm
See what?
looking at it right now. Some guy on Reddit goes, because we announced our partnership today with the Big 12,
All right.
which I'm getting blown up on marketing opportunities. Someone wants us to do the Maui Invitational. Someone wants us to sponsor the Conference USA. But this guy goes, I admittedly not very into luxury watches, but how big of a brand is Grand Caliber? Someone responds and goes, it is the biggest. It is the best. The most elegant option for the most refined of taste. I never go anywhere without my Grand Caliber TM watch. Of course, watch is so basic, so mundane, so plebeian. This Grand Caliber TM is so much of an artistic mastery as it is an engineering marvel.
Is this like some kind of insane troll?
I don't know. But then at the end he goes, it is fine. If you don't believe me, next time you're in DFW, check some wrist. You'll find that all I claim is true.
Alright guys, I got something cool to show you. It is a very, very rare watch. Doesn't look like it's so rare, but wait until we go into the details. We have 16610 LV, but it's not just any 16610 LV. It is actually a flat 4. And what goes beyond the flat 4 with this watch is the serial number itself. So a lot of collectors understand that the flat 4 was really very dominantly in the F serial range. But this watch particularly is actually in the Y9. So this watch is the true anniversary launch edition 50th anniversary Submariner. This is the one. To the real, diehard collectors, they will only consider the Y9 serial number the absolute drop for the 50th anniversary. The rest thereafter are just production of 1616 LVs. So this is a very unique watch in a sense that, you know, you just can't, they're really, really hard to find with a Y serial. I've seen tons and I've had tons and tons of these come through. Complete sets, naked, whatever you want to call it, and they've all been F1, F2, F3, F4, all the way up until roughly F5, and then after F5 you lose the flat, the boxy 4 insert. They call it a flat 4. If you look very closely, you'll see that the 4 is different. If you Google a normal 16610 LV, it actually has a pointy 4 where the 4 comes to more of a point, where this is actually very flat on top. And Y9 to F4, F5 range will have the boxy 4, the flat 4, and then thereafter again it'll be pointy 4. It is a complete set minus the warranty papers, so it does not have the warranty papers, but it does have the hang tags that came with it that show the serial number that was, you know, original with it. It does have Rolex, you know, service records. And again, it does have a Rolex service card, which the watch was serviced in 2022. So price point on this watch is very interesting. So let's just talk about a normal 16610 LV. Those are typically complete sets in the high teens. We could find those for $17,000 to $18,000. Getting into a flat 4 that's complete is probably going to put you somewhere in the neighborhood of mid-20s. And finding one that is a Y9 complete with box papers is probably going to put you closer to the mid-30s. I mean, these are very, very sought after watches that people buy to really just stash away for collectors. You know, they really, really love buying these complete. There are buyers that will buy this without the papers, just still for the fact that it has so much nostalgia. And the price point for this one particularly is $25,500, which we felt was the appropriate price to sell this watch at. So again, if you're interested, it's on our website at grandcaliber.com. I personally think it's a great watch. It's in the condition where you can still wear it and enjoy it and know you have something special on your wrist.
Check out what I just got. It's a potential partnership with the Miami Dolphins, NFL. Like I said earlier, we just partnered with the Big 12, SMU, American Athletic Conference. It's opening a ton of doors. The Miami Dolphins reached out today. A live golfer reached out, a PGA golfer reached out. And when I say golfers, not them individually, their agents reached out. Conference USA reached out, the Maui Invitational. I think I got like 4 more. So I think we're the first gray market dealer to kind of go on this type of advertising or do this type of advertising. So it's definitely opening some doors.
Did I hear live golfer?
You did. We have a lot of opportunities.
What's going on?
Would you guys rather sponsor a live golfer and a PGA golfer, or I just got an email from the Miami Dolphins, Hard Rock Cafe, Miami. Here's the step. Dolphins, get some pro golfers, Formula One team.
I'm down with the Formula One team. In fact, we actually own a go-kart team.
Actually, yeah, we do. I'll take the calls. I mean, I doubt that we'll be able to take on that type of opportunity.
I mean, that's going to be an interesting phone call. Why don't we reverse that? Why don't we slap the Uno card on the table and charge them? Let's talk rates.
Let's talk rates.
And then we'll meet them halfway in the middle. You got to negotiate. We start high, they start high, and we meet in the middle at some low price.
How do you start high and then end up low?
That's the part you come in, Jimmy. That's where your math comes in.
Oh, so you're saying I'm mad. Yeah, numbers don't make sense and somehow we end up here. Let's just see how the Big 12, SMU, and the American Athletic Conference goes. Let's get through the season. It's all fun getting these types of partnerships. But at the end of the day, you have to evaluate the SEOs. You know, how much traffic are they bringing in? What's our reach with it? You guys will see it throughout the season. I'm sure we'll show you, but like SMU, our name is going to be on the court, on the shot clock, around the arena. Big 12 and American Athletic Conference, those championship games, championship basketball, championship football game at the end of the season. We'll have our branding all over the field. But it's not necessarily just that. It's more so you get access to private events, right? So Alfred, you're going to be going to New Orleans next week, actually, yeah, with the American Athletic Conference. They're hosting a private event where they have their top clientele or alumni. It's a chance to just do some one-on-one networking. I think those are some really big opportunities. But again, we'll see. I mean, the question is that money better spent elsewhere, right? Is it better spent in inventory, sourcing watches, advertising, YouTube creation? We'll look at the numbers. We'll let it speak for itself.
You've actually been working with us for a little bit. Just so you guys know, Jai was actually working under an alias on the back end because we weren't really sure what to do with them. We took him on as a business owner to business owner and basically said, all right, you're going to own your own watch business, but in the meantime, you're going to help us with leads. And then, you know, we had a conversation just today actually. It's like, you know what, let's just actually introduce you to the channel. Like, why not you just be you? I mean, the situation is cut and clear. We want you to apprentice under us and and you wanted to do that with us, and we thought that was an appropriate relationship so we just said, hey, screw it, we're going to do that. So you're going to see Jai in the bullpen with us working on the sales side. He has a nice collection of clientele that he's been working with, and he understands, you know, what to do with the tools that he's got here, and he's going to hopefully one day apply those same tools into his business. So tell me more about your ambitions overall. Like, what do you want to do in the watch business long term?
Yeah, long term, just want to be full-time watch dealer. So that's why it's really nice working here, learning a lot of things on the back end that I didn't really know about, and then being able to apply that to myself. And then one day, kind of spread my wings and fly. But basically, just be full-time. It's just something I've always loved. That's why I'm obviously here, met with you guys. I did my first sale was actually to you guys. I don't know if you remember, it was Air King.
Yeah.
So I've always owned businesses since high school, but never owned one I'm passionate about.
Right.
So now I'm just trying to focus on something I can do the long run. Because I know for roofing and house painting, it's not a long-term role.
And this is your roofing company, right? Sound Roofing.
Yeah, Sound Roofing. That's me. So
Nice.
if you need a roof in DFW, I can get you good. So lifetime warranty.
Again, I'm excited to have you on board, man. So
Same.
it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's going to be a cool experience.
All right, Alfred, what you got cooking? I see RMs and Langs going on here. I mean, this guy's...
Actually, I do have a Longue.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
The flyback.
Yeah,
Autograph.
that's a sick piece.
Actually, if anybody's looking for this watch, I have it. This is one of my NBA clients.
Yeah, that looks like a watch you'd wear to a poker tour.
It is.
Very much
After you won $1 million.
How much is it?
This watch?
Yeah.
I think like low hundreds.
Oh, okay, so it's not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of, you playing poker this weekend?
Yeah.
Where at?
Yeah, I'll be on a live stream, like their TV or whatever.
Which, ESPN?
No.
All right, well, never mind. Cut the camera
It's called.
off. No, I'm playing.
So I'll be on the Lodge Live. I'll have Matt actually post it up because at the time of this video, I would have played yesterday. So you can see how I did. Hopefully I do well. Like part.
Wow. Just coming here wrinkling bags?
Yeah.
You always come in and steal this stuff. You always come and steal this dude's pretzels.
He always
Shit, I
has
kinda
food in
want
there, that's
one
why.
too. Lead by example. Monkey see, monkey do. All right, so what watch are you going to wear to this thing?
So I'm wearing this Longue 1 Blue Series that my client is letting me wear just for the event as well. Just to get it a little bit more out there. We've had it for a little bit, like probably about 45 days or so. I'm having actually Ty do a journal on it this week just to push it out more.
Right.
And then people will see this on TV basically, and then there are tons of people who like watches in the poker world.
Right.
So I think just wearing this, like even on camera and by people who love watches, I think I might actually be able to sell it down there.
Hopefully.
So,
That'd be
yeah.
cool.
And action. Welcome to another segment of Ask Us Anything. There's not that many questions this week. Come on, guys. Comment below with the questions that you have, and I'll be more than happy to address them. And even though I only do a couple, for YouTube, I will actually go in and answer as many questions as I can via comments. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Let's dive in. Teachers help. Did you pick a winner for Vic's Instagram? That is a great question because it's pretty much the end of the month and Vic only ended at 4,700 or so followers. The goal was to get him to above 5,000 at the end of the month. Maybe there's a push over the weekend, and if he gets above 5,000 followers, I will fly someone within the US to our store to meet our team. If not, we'll try again next month with maybe a different member of our team. You can also give me a follow, Life of Jimmy Choo. Ed Lee says, Q&A, is GC and other dealers in general taking bigger margins to offset the slower pace of sales? With new dealers popping up seemingly every day on forums, Moda Facebook groups, and etc., how do you and others established dealers intend to combat the competition? Best of luck. We're actually doing the opposite. Now, there's no right or wrong way to run a business. There's some people who are buying inventory and holding on to it. For us, we've gone for more volume, lower margins. The reason being is in this market, when it's fluctuating so much, the last thing we want to do is hold on to a watch for several weeks or months, right? We'd rather get the watch in, make a little bit of profit, send it out, and that way, if the market continues to go down, we're not stuck holding the bag. If it goes up, great, because it's the next transaction. It's a new start every time that you have a new transaction. What we don't want is sitting on this inventory and then just hoping that the market comes back, because no one knows truly where the market will go. So we've gone with lower margins, higher volume. In terms of the increased competition, I think that's great. That allows us to source more watches. But at the end of the day, it's really important to understand who you buy from. Are the small dealers authenticating the watches? Do they have the proper insurance? When you send in a watch on consignment, is your watch being taken care of? Does the company that you work with have insurance to cover it if something happens? How are they taking product photography of your watches? So all those little things play a role, and sometimes the smaller dealers don't account for that. You know, a lot of people say it's who you buy from. Watches of Las Vegas says, how does shipping work on watches? Is there a special insurance, and how do you estimate the label price? How much does it cost to ship a watch? It just completely varies on the cost of the watch. You know, something that's a $50,000 watch is going to be way more to ship than a $20,000 watch versus a $100,000 watch. For us, we use FedEx, and we use a third party called IFS. We type in the address, we type in the dollar value that we want insured, and it gives us a price. Anything above $150,000, we use Melka, which is an armed service that comes and picks up the watch and insures it. So it just really depends on the value of the watch, but all of it is mostly through FedEx. One of our clients shipped us a watch. FedEx claimed that they dropped it off, but they dropped it off at the restaurant next door. Luckily, we have cameras to, dispute that. We have insurance that we take on the shipping. So all those little things play a role, and sometimes the smaller dealers don't account for that. You yourself as a retail individual can go to FedEx, but likely if you're going to go straight into a FedEx location and buy a label, it's going to be significantly more expensive. We get preferred pricing just based on volume that we do. Sam Trowett says, do you plan on shipping internationally in the future, the UK for example? Huge fan, keep it up. This one is tricky to answer. First and foremost, I really want to go to the UK. Thank you for all of our fans in the UK. We know that we have a lot of supporters out there, so thank you so much. And not just the UK, across Europe. An idea that we've been talking about is Grand Caliber Europe. The reason being is we do have a market for it. We do get a lot of leads every month from the UK or somewhere throughout Europe. It would also be a huge benefit for us sourcing watches. So being able to ship watches internationally without paying taxes or duties or a VAT, things like that. We've been working on something behind the scenes. I'll keep you guys informed, but there's a potential for a Grand Caliber Europe in actually the near future. Jake Copeland says, what are some of y'all's favorite watch brands and models? Y'all's, he says YAWS. Here in Texas, we say YALL. So just want to clarify. P.S. Me and Vic had the same B-days. Happy birthday. That's December 24th, if I remember correctly. My favorite brand is obviously Rolex, but I also love Panerai. Panerai is a brand that I wear quite a bit. I like Panerai because it's more subtle. You'll see what I wear. I don't have any brands. I don't like showing brands. And Panerai for me, I can go into a nice restaurant. I can go into a Target or a Walmart. I can go back home with friends and no one's gonna ask too many questions about a Panerai. So for me, Rolex, Panerai, and a Patek Philippe, Patek, whatever you want to call it, those are my favorite three. And the last question is, what platform are you using for your CRM? I think HubSpot would be perfect for how you operate. We actually were on HubSpot when we were with TPG. Look, I can go 100 different directions with this CRM. Point is, HubSpot really wasn't fitting what we were doing. Keep in mind, we have to find a way to track leads coming in from Instagram and Facebook. Those APIs don't like to work with one another, even though they're from the same parent company. Then you have to integrate WhatsApp, emails, phone calls, text messages. And then on top of that, we want to make sure that it's a really strong mobile platform because all of our sales reps are always on their phone, and the HubSpot mobile platform wasn't as strong as we would like. Then there's other things that we needed to do, like widgets and things like that. So for example, if you go to a website, we want to be able to build an AI bot that can respond to you very quickly to answer the questions that you might have. And if it's something more advanced, it'd get delegated to one of our sales associates. For me, to be quite honest, if I reach out to someone and if they don't respond to me in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going somewhere else, right? I want that instant communication. So when you think about scalability, you want to make sure that a CRM is equipped to do that. We're currently on a beta CRM, which is probably why we're having so many issues. But like I said, we've been talking to Salesforce and Microsoft. Those are the leading two. We've done about 10 different interviews or consultations and reviews, but it's really coming down to those two. Hopefully we'll lock it in the next couple of weeks here. So that's another segment of Ask Us Anything. Again, there weren't that many questions. I expected way more. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I'll see you guys next week.
Hey, what's up guys? I was reading the comments and I seen a lot of comments asking about actually this watch that I have on today while I was reviewing the 5508 that I have. Kind of an update. We recorded that a couple weeks ago. Since I did get rid of the James Bond, it was the first time I actually felt how Vic feels when I make fun of him about changing his watch all the time, because I fell in love with this watch, and then another opportunity came. I fell in love with another watch, and it just so happened to be I traded the client that has this Corum that everybody was kind of talking about and asking about. I love this watch kind of the same as I love that 5508 because I think it's just so quirky and funky looking and rare. You know, I can go anywhere and not see the same watch. When you talk about like conversation starter, this is definitely a conversation starter. This is a Corum Golden Bridge. Pretty crazy because it retails for $36,800 from the AD, but it sells for probably around half of that. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on that. I know you guys are gonna laugh at me and probably I'll get a couple comments down there, but it is what it is. All right, well, Marco's here, so I just wanted to say thank you. We're about to get going. All right, guys, I'm headed to Round Rock to go play some poker all weekend. I'll actually be on the live stream on the lodge. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell.